Hello guys, John with you, and it's time now for another update on the StuG. Now, where it stands at the moment, I've already shown that on the live stream. So if you haven't watched the live stream, then you get to see it now, and if you have watched the live stream, then you get to see it again. And unless you're just following the build part of it and not bothering with the live stream, where I just kind of prattle on about bits and pieces. So anyway, right, what have we got done so far? Right, in the last update we had the base part done, right, and we had the wheels all ready then for sanding and cleaning off. Wheels are all done. Okay, I have them in a little box there. These little sandwich boxes are dead handy. Well, I wouldn't really call them a sandwich. It'd be a very small sandwich if you get them into these, but little containers, get them in the pound shop. They're dead handy for holding parts. I have all my wheels there. I've got my road wheels, my return rollers, my drive sprockets and my idlers all sanded off, all ready down for the next stage with them, which of course is the painting. But the StuG itself isn't ready for painting quite yet. Okay, now as you can see, I have the mantlet there, the sauerkraut mantlet. I think that's what it's called, the sauerkraut, the pig's head. Sauerkraut, whatever it is anyway. I heard it once before, and I kind of half listened to it. But I know it's called the pig's head mantlet. If you look at the side of it there, it looks like sort of a pig's head. But it was two pieces, and then you got sort of the I don't know if you can really see inside there. No, you can't really see inside. I don't even know why they bothered giving it. You've got a little bit of a breech kind of mechanism there. Don't see why they give it when they're not going to give you anything else interior. Don't like how the gun is fitted. It's got sort of two sort of triangular shaped pillars either side, which mount, which glue up into the sides, and onto them then you slot the gun into long rectangular slots. So therefore, you can get a bit of side to side action. But the only thing about that is you also get a bit of forward and back action, and you get your up and down. But the whole thing is just, I don't know, it's flimsy, it's not good, it's not nice at all. I don't like it. Other little whinges, shall I say. I had a couple of little parts there where I've had to do a little bit of filler, okay, when the top went on. The side skirts here, okay, these sort of either side there, they were quite difficult to go on. I had to kind of clamp them into place, and even at that they were inclined to kind of slip out of sync. No, it could be the age of the kit. There was a bit of warping on it, so as you can see, the kind of it drops down there. That should sort of be up a little bit higher, but unfortunately I've been glued in place now. Not so much at that side, but definitely at that side. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see there it is slightly down. Okay, that should be up a bit more, a little bit more neater than what it is. On the back then we had the exhaust. Again, I used a bit of Mr. Surfacer on that. That's what I used here on the pig's head mantlet. Maybe Mr. Surfacer 500, that's what I'm using. Okay, a bit too much of a shine there now. Mr. Surfacer 500. Yeah, come on, zoom in on that there, you bloody idiot. Right, Mr. Surfacer 500. That's what I used to get a nice sort of rough texture there on the exhaust. Went for a slightly smoother texture on the mantlet, but still kind of roughish, as in, you do your bit of stippling with the Mr. Surfacer. You can end up then with a kind of a nice rolled steel texture. Oh, sorry, cast. Not rolled steel, but you get a bit of a cast texture on that. Okay. Now, because of its colours, it's going to kind of reflect the light. but you can just about make it out there. There's a nice little bit of texture there on that. Oh, listen to that wind outside. That's quite heavy. Very, very heavy, windy. Other areas then, get a bit of texture on the top of that there. And on the top here, because we're just pure smooth, baby smooth, and I don't like baby smooth, not in a tank. But those two sections now, everywhere else it seems to have some bit of a kind of a bit of a texture to them, but across here and there didn't. Now, well, across here there was two big ejector pin marks which had to be sanded off. So what I did then was a bit of Tamiya extra tin, painted it onto it, and a bit of stippling on that then, and you end up then with the rolled steel texture. That's where the rolled steel comes into it. It's basically the same as the cast texture, but it's not smooth. We don't want it smooth. I'm not being sort of anal or anything like that, or rivet countery, but shall we say, especially when it comes to the mantlet, I know it's one big cast piece, so that's going to be quite textured. It's not going to be smooth. And on the exhaust, because I'm going to kind of rusting it up a bit, that's going to be kind of rough as well. Anything else I want to say about it? Apart from the fact that I'm not really impressed with this kit so far. I'm not impressed. Overall, it's not too bad. Okay, it was a two-piece spiral. I managed to get that the join completely out of that. Okay, absolutely perfect. Okay. Went together perfect. So therefore, the parts, they were engineered okay, because otherwise you wouldn't get them out if they were slightly off. So it wasn't too bad. I don't like the fact that practically everything is already pre-molded onto it. All these sort of the engine inspection hatches and things like that, they're all sort of molded on already, as are the engine sort of inspection hatches are getting into the engine there. These are the transmission hatches, inspection, not the engine. The engine's here at the back, transmissions at the front. Yeah, just not really impressed with it, but then again, for an old kit, it's not actually that bad considering. Still a few bits to do to it. I got the commander's cupola, the hatch here that has the sort of the MG34, yeah, the MG34 goes up there with that. A couple of other little bits and pieces, plus then we got the mount, the brackets for the Scherzen plates, they've got to go on. So there isn't, we're about kind of, I'd say just a little over halfway with the build, and the build itself, it's going okay. I've had no real problems, but just the detail could be just a little bit better, as in, being able to sort of put the hatches on yourself. It wouldn't have been that bad. All the more modern kits now you'd be putting on everything yourself, but in this there was just not very much to do in the build, so the build isn't going to be that exciting, but definitely the proof of the pudding would be in the final finish and the painting. So we'll see how that turns out. Fingers crossed I'll do a decent enough job on it. So anyway, if you want to see the decent enough job that I will try to do to it, stay tuned to the channel. And the best way to stay tuned to the channel is to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much, and hit the bell so you'll be notified as soon as I upload another video. So I've basically said everything I wanted to say about where we are at the moment. So don't forget, come back and we'll continue on with it. And in the meantime, all I can say is go off and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off, saying look after yourself, stay safe, and be nice to one another. Simple as that. And enjoy your modelling. That's the most important. Enjoy the modelling.